Yo, what's good with y'all young boys and girls, man? As y'all can see by today's title and thumbnail, I feel like I haven't said that in a minute. I'll be telling you all content creator essentials. Now, I did just recently make a video giving advice to content creators, but I feel like advice and essentials is two different things. They kind of tie together. Initially, it's both advice, but I feel like essentials, stuff you more so could have or need, I should say, that could implement to you and give you better content in a way. And this video can help with either YouTube videos, streaming, TikTok, long form, short form, whatever content you're trying to do. These essentials can be implemented in either one of them. Now, I've preached this many times and you've probably heard your favorite content creator say this. When starting content, you don't need the fanciest cameras. You can literally start off iPhone, Android, whatever you use. You can start off with this. And if you know how to use it good enough, you can make this look like an actual camera itself. Again, you don't need the Canons, the Sonys, the G7Xs, anything that has a recording feature, you can use that. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna say it's bad to have these cameras, but if you're able to get one, get one. Investing into yourself within content may be one of the most important things to elevate your content and get your content out there more. You want to invest back into yourself, you feel me? Invest back into the people that's watching you to give them better content, better quality. If you're just starting content, I wouldn't worry about none of these high-tech cameras at all, but once you start getting to that point or feel like you need one or may not even want one, but I'm telling you, it's good to invest into yourself so that the quality of your content improves alongside of yourself. Now, next thing on my list within equipment is a mic. This one aligns with the camera one itself. I don't even think you really need a mic starting off, simply because most cameras have a built-in mic themselves. So if you're just starting or you're getting in a groove, you don't need a mic. But again, that investment factor comes to play. You might notice the more you record, the more you go back and edit your videos, you're like, this isn't the best audio. How can I make this better? Mics are a good thing to have, bettering not only the quality of the content, but the sound of it as well. And then the last thing on my list for equipment is some good lighting. Now, this doesn't really tie into equipment because you can get some natural lighting just off having a light bulb, or you got your light on in your room or wherever you're recording at. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get that natural light. But to enhance that, you can get what I'm using, a ring light, and there's even some accessories that allow you to attach a ring light onto your camera. So if you want to go further in that extent, you can as well. And I'm gonna show you a big difference. You see how I'm here now. Lighting, everything looks cool, perfect. Y'all can reflect, see me perfectly fine. Now, if I turn off my ring light, the quality instantly drops. Y'all can no longer barely see me. No reflection of light coming off my face. It doesn't look the best as compared to having it on. And here we are now, back, lighting looking good. So whether you have a good camera or you're using a phone, having good lighting will increase the quality of everything within your video. So I advise you to make sure you have some good lighting. Whether if you got to be in front of the light bulb in your room or just simply investing into a ring light, either or, having that reflection of light come onto you will help your quality out 10 times more. Now, I ain't gonna lie, with some of these, this is kind of just like off personal. I really wanted these, but I invested in camcorders, digital cameras, more camcorders, and most of these I implemented in some of my videos. So just invest into yourself. If you want it, you feel like you can help out the content, go do it. Invest in yourself, boy. Now, the next thing on my list is your editing software. I use a site called Vnster 9. In my opinion, I've been probably using that my whole content creating career, so I'd say it's good for what I'm trying to do, but I will admit, I believe there are better ones out there. DaVinci Resolve, Photoshop, Illustrator, all of these tie down into whether if it's thumbnails, video editing. All of those I feel like are better in those standpoints from what I've heard. Again, I could be getting lied to. Taking my stance and my experience and knowledge from what I use, Vnster 9 is a good website. And I'm not getting promoted, getting paid. So for more, if you're seeing this, you feel me? But that's the one I use, and it's pretty good for what I'm trying to do. All of my videos on most of my channels is off that. But it's a reason why I haven't went to those yet. I'm not gonna lie. As I said, invest into yourself. But for me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Again, I'm not saying don't invest into yourself. If you have the money, if you're willing to take those heights to learn, which I probably will in the future, but it's good to do. I'm not gonna tell you not to, but just know there are other alternatives if you don't want to spend all that money. Also, even with Photoshop and making thumbnails and stuff like that, I make thumbnails off of my phone. I use PixArt. A lot of people might clown me for that, but I've had videos do amazing, and almost every thumbnail on my channel is off Pixar. I always was that person to think like, damn, I gotta go to Photoshop for the video to blow up, I gotta go to this, that, etc. I just needed that one time to see that it worked, and it was over from there. So just know that it's possible. You don't need all this high-tech, high expensive company editing softwares to make it. Even if you don't want to use those. When I first started, I was using iMovie, bro. You can use CapCut. iMovie, CapCut. I remember the iMovie days, my first couple of videos. It was tragic. I ain't gonna lie. But they work. They get the job done. If you really want to do it, you're gonna make it happen. So make sure you have a good editing software. And going further than just the editing, clipping, chopping stuff up and stuff like that, learn how to color grade. I'm not gonna lie, color grading takes your videos tremendously far. I've seen a big quality boost, a lot of good feedback, and even just comparing my videos, it looks more aesthetically, visually pleasing compared to no color grading. And it's a lot you can do with color grading. Like, it don't have to be one color. I can show y'all some examples of, like, this is the video, no color grade, and this is the video with color grade. Like, it's a big difference. Just adding that simple color makes things pop out more. So within editing, make sure you learn how to color grade. I was always nervous of trying to learn color grading because I thought it was gonna be like this complex thing, but for the most part, it's not that bad. Watch a couple tutorials and you will be good. Next thing on my list is having a good scenery or background when recording your videos. If my background was dirty, trash everywhere, stains on the wall, be honest, bro, y'all would not be here right now. Be honest, be honest. Having an aesthetically pleasing background helps a lot. Even within just this one, if I was in a big mansion, shark tanks in the back, sharks hopping into one tank into the other, you would be more intrigued in the video just beyond me talking. You will be more intrigued. What is that in the background? This nigga got sharks in the back. Like, simple stuff like that matters. I'm not saying have sharks and shit in the background, but if you can at least have a clean, maybe you got some posters on the wall behind you, posters on the wall, somebody might be like, it looks interesting, where's that from? Or, he's into anime, I'm into anime too. So simple things like that can help a lot, pinnacle a lot. So make sure you have something. Next thing on my list is planning out content. And I will tell you what I use and think is the best when doing this. Planning is, I'd say, great, but don't overdo it. Once you start to over plan, you start to overcomplicate the idea, you start overthinking it. Is this gonna work? Is that gonna work? You have the idea, just write down the key points of what you wanna do, talk about it in a video, and go get it done. The longer you sit on your ideas, the more that you won't want to record it. And I'm gonna be real, I won't lie. I've had this happen to me before. I'm kind of still in the progress of that now, and to sum it up, it's pretty much just procrastination, bro. Now I've come to a firm believer that ideas come and go. When you get a good idea, it's God signaling in your mind, whether the video do good or not, execute on that idea because somebody might need it. Somebody might need it. No matter what it is, somebody might need the laugh, the advice, the knowledge, somebody might need it, and you can be the one to give it to them. So when you get an idea, I'm not saying don't plan it out, don't write it down, but just don't overthink it. Write down the key points, go get it done. And whenever you're planning your videos, I'll preferably do it in a journal, bro. Trust me, do it in a journal. The phone is cool, but doing shit in a journal, it just makes things 10 times easier, physically writing it down, and you're not gonna get easily distracted. If fine shit texting you, fine shit follow you back, you getting off that phone. I know who you are, bro. I was one of them. I'm not gonna lie. But just doing it through your journal builds good habits, and naturally it just feels better. It feels more productive in my eyes, seeing this shit written down, knowing that I got a pen, grabbed a notebook, wrote it down. Journal over phone when planning videos. Really with anything, but in this sake, when writing down ideas, I say journaling for sure, for sure. And then the last thing on my list, having a community name, logo, etc. Having those core community add-ons is very essential. And maybe not when you just starting, but as you start to build that subscriber count up, you get new people in the videos, you get returning viewers, they want to feel welcome. It feels good to have your community feel welcome. My community name is The Vets. Y'all probably can, I don't know if it's gonna be on this side of the screen or this side, but it's like a little sticker. You click on that, take you straight to my channel. I have vet emotes on Twitch. If anything, I feel like just having a community name in general, it makes you take this shit more serious too. Cause now it's like, okay, I got an army behind me, I got a family behind me, I gotta take this shit serious now. Cause I'm not just representing myself, I'm representing people that like me, the people that watch me, support me, etc. And big communities like DEO, 5-star, it may have started off small, but now they got diehard fans that's willing to rock behind them, and that's the beauty of it. That shit is beautiful. Within this shit, I feel like community is everything. Like, if you can build a good community, bro, you can long term. Even with Illuminati, I don't think he has a his shit Illuminati gang. Like, even with him, like, he don't got a post for probably for a year. He come back, he still got them same people rocking with him. So it's just really about community building. If you can community build, you're gonna go far in this shit. You may not need them when you first started, but as you start to go up, for sure invest in those type of things. Community name, logos, get used to mentioning them in videos or just in general. And some extra things I have or to mention is time management. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like time management is really a big factor that plays into making content. A lot of people work jobs, a lot of people got 9 to 5s, a lot of people throughout their day they gotta go to work, whether if it's 4 hours, 8 hours, that's 8 to 4 hours out of your day that you could be putting into content. So whenever you get off work or your days off, use that shit wisely, especially if you're trying to make this a full-time thing. There is no time to waste, bro. That's 4 hours, 8 hours, that's a lot of time that can be put into whether if it's recording, streaming, editing, getting ideas down. That is a valuable time that's going into something that I know you don't really want to do. So when you get the time, use it wisely. And then the last thing that was on my list as an add-on was really just like growth tips or advice. But the best thing I can say within that standpoint of growth is just be consistent. Show up every day. You're not gonna feel like doing it every day, I promise you. Some days you're gonna feel motivated than others. Sometimes you're gonna get off work tired as hell, knowing you gotta edit, knowing you gotta record, stream, but you gotta get this shit done, bro. If you want it, just know that it's possible. If you're obsessed with it, can't sleep without it, you're gonna make it happen, I promise you. And discipline is a big factor in that, but it's possible. But that was the last thing on my list for today's video. If you all feel like I missed anything or have any questions, let me know down in the comments below and I can try to help y'all out or answer more in depth with certain things that maybe you didn't understand. Without further ado, I love y'all, man. I'm trying to stay consistent, stay here, stay locked in. Y'all keep going for me, I'm keep going for y'all. Bet, fo, L. See y'all in the next one. Later.